Yo, that was crazy. I almost had to, Zara. I almost had to let you know that I had to start up a different stream because for some reason, whenever I would bring up the file on the computer to allow me to go to be able to transmit live, I was like, "What is going on?" It would not let me go in, and like I was pressing the button. I was like, "Go, go, go," and then all of Google Chrome crashed, and I was like, "What is going on? What in the flying flag nards is going on?" But I hope it's good now. Where's my phone at? I got. Wait. I'll go ahead and ask you. Is everything good? Let me see because this is crazy. Give me 1 second. I gotta make sure that because I don't even think I don't know. Let me check. Let me check. Wait a minute. I see somebody right there. Nicholas, can you hear me? Nicholas. Because let me see. This is like I said, for some reason, it was okay. Thank you. For some reason, it wouldn't like it wouldn't let me look at it. Like I couldn't access the file. Like right now, everything's frozen in Google Chrome. So I'm like, whatever, man. I don't know how I'm gonna end up ending this thing. It might be a 24-hour. That is playing. Yeah, this thing might go on forever for all I know. I don't know, man. I don't know, but one thing's for sure is I hope everything's going well with everybody, man. I know it's been a while, and I apologize for having this Hunter x Hunter video so late. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, Coach. This morning, I tested out the Premiere system for the first time with the Tower of Greatness, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to be present for it. I wanted to watch it alongside y'all, but I wasn't able to. But aside from that, it was really cool to finally be able to use that feature. I've been able to use that feature yet, so that was really dope. And then when it comes to this particular chapter, I've been asked to do a live reaction to it quite a couple times for Hunter x Hunter this week. My boy Rodney actually told me it was Rise. His name is Ryzen King here. He's been on the channel before, but he told me to stay off of social media because the chapter is really live reaction worthy. So I was like, I got you, bro. And I haven't been on social media much anyway because of NaNoWriMo and because of November. November is really, really hard for me to get videos in. But I said, screw it, man. And because look, man, One Piece is in Wano. Hunter x Hunter, they're in the middle of Succession War greatness. At any moment, a new Gintama chapter can drop. I'm just like, whatever. Who gives a flying flag? Gnarl! What? I'm here, Coach, man. Ain't no hiatus keeping me away from the greatness and the awesome sauce, man. And I really, really want to do Kingdom again soon, too, man. I miss my Kingdom. I want to talk about this One Piece chapter, but anyways, let's start one at a time. Hunter x Hunter greatness. Let's get right into the chapter, yo. Hanta Toyobu, chapter 387, Return. Oh my. 8th day Sunday, and we see Laboon with rays coming out of his eyes. Oh god. Here we go. Room 1004. We're starting off with Tedesnich. Close your eyes and focus. So it'll be. What is going on? I just looked at my computer screen for the first time while I saw something white right there. God. My glasses are all kinds of fogged up, man. I can't even see. What is going on here, Skip? Your boy out here like, what is going on? Let me see. And hold on, let me before I get into the chapter, let me make sure this camera is good. Let me see. Because all right, everything's plugged in. I don't, dude. One time this happened to me on the old channel. My computer died, or my laptop died in the middle of a stream, and I don't want that happening again, Coach. I don't want it happening again. So everything's good to go. Camera's looking good. I feel like a noob again, man, because I haven't streamed in so long. Anyways, keep your Zetsu up, listen to my instructions, and answer my questions. No matter what kinds of sounds or questions you may hear, though, do not move. Simply continue with your Zetsu. In that state, 60 minutes should feel like an extremely long time. And we see Tadeshnich in his Yusuke outfit. By the way, man, when that Yu Yu Hakusho OVA gets dubbed, because I believe they are dubbing it, I may have to do a reaction to it because I have not watched the OVA yet because I'm waiting for the dub, man. And I like the Hakusho dub. Don't get me or sub. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, man. But I grew up on that dub, bro. I grew up with Justin Cook. I grew up with Sabat, man. Like this is how I grew up with Hakusho, bro. So yeah, that OVA ever comes out dub, that might have to get reacted to. But even if it doesn't get reacted to, I'm gonna have to make a video on it. No question. A video has to. It's a Yu Hakusho, bro. Come on. Come on, I'm getting the knack of Zetsu, but if I don't slowly close off my body's aura bit by bit from the tips first, it'll get uneven. And shutting off my entire body all at once is indeed quite a high level of difficulty. All right, it's closed. Excuse me? This man just said, but if I don't slowly close off my body's aura bit by bit from the tips first, it'll get uneven. And shutting off my entire body all at once is indeed quite a high level of difficulty. And we see two panels. Say, it's closed. And we see Theta. What in the world is this? There's something on your left shoulder from the top. Hold it, that's not exactly fair, is it? Is it, Theta? An enemy will attack you much more severely. Fine, focus, right? This is a dream? What's going on? My Zetsu came undone too. There is something on your left shoulder. What? I don't see anything. Theta, was there anything different about how I looked just now? Hold on, I'm confuzzled, coach. So we're looking at it from like a surveillance camera view right here. Okay. All right, hold on. Theta, was there anything different about how I looked just now? All right, from the top. Hey, are you listening to me? An enemy will attack you much more severely. I'm not able to communicate with her. Theta's that. What are we doing? Theta's dialogue exactly like it was in my dream just a moment ago. Does this man have extreme observation hockey, bro? Like, what's going on? I'm not able to communicate with her. So then that was that not a dream? Was it a premonition of the future reality to come? Does this man have Kata Curry levels of observation hockey, dog? Like, goodness gracious. What? Theta, she's back. Or it's nothing. The daydream I had was about 10 seconds. 10 seconds? 10 seconds? This man is stuck in a world beyond his own for 10 seconds? Is this man Dio or something, dog? The daydream I had was about 10 seconds. If it was really a vision of the future, I changed my dialogue, but Theta just ignored me and spoke exactly as according to my dream. And that's beyond just foretelling the future, bro. That's like having a destiny that cannot be changed for anything. Because if she's still going to speak the same exact way, then... Because usually you can alter a future, but you can't change somebody's fate or death. Well, I'm not going to say all that, but some things just can't be changed. Should I try it again? As soon as I close my eyes and activate my Zetsu, that noise sounds out. This man has the Final Destination Nen, bro. Are you kidding? Hey, you guys ever watched that movie, man, Final Destination? Whenever they would have a dream about something bad happening, and then, or a vision, something bad happening, and then a little while later it would actually happen, and there would be nothing they could do to stop it. That's what this man has, bro. This man, Tedesnich, has the Final Destination Nen ability here, bro. This is crazy. Should I try it again? Focus, right? As soon as I close my eyes and activate my Zetsu, that noise sounds out. If that's a signal that my premonition has been activated, then the second noise I hear after about 10 seconds is the signal that it's over. And what's more, I had the feeling I didn't have free control over my body while I was having that vision. The man was looking at it like he was looking through a surveillance camera. If activating the ability leaves me defenseless, then it's got a huge risk attached to it. Yeah, that's a big fact. Don't get caught up in what I'm saying, just focus. On top of that, if while I'm having my vision, real time is passing by, then does that mean I get rendered defenseless to spend 10 seconds to see 10 seconds in the future? That's ridiculous. That is true, you know. That is true, but it is, in order to have such an ability like that, there has to be a massive drawback. I mean, this is Togashi Yoshihiro we're talking about. There's some OP abilities in Hunter x Hunter, but there's always a catch to it. And this is truly my ability that my vision should be instantaneous. Don't even tell me, bro. Yo, if this man manages to just tell the future just in a blink of an eye, do you know how hacks that? Like, legit, he would have insane observation hockey. I should be able to have my premonition faster than even an instant. I can't move if I just go through these 10 seconds like this. Give my Zetsu up to my ability to continue on. Is this the end of my ability? No, it's still going on. But it's different than it was earlier. I bet I can move my body now. Meanwhile, real time is progressing. That's the sensation I get. I can feel her presence. Theta is right in front of me, and that's the Theta from the real present time. But the Theta in my vision is Theta from 10 seconds in the future. That's got to be it. The 10 seconds immediately following my ability activation is an instantaneous 10 seconds. Once activated, I immediately receive a premonition of the 10 seconds to come. Once the instantaneous 10 seconds is over, then my vision continues in real time, but 10 seconds ahead of the real world. Theta moved. Bro, that's crazy, man. Like the moment you close your eyes, you're 10 seconds in the future? So if my premonition is right, then in 10 seconds, the Theta in the real world, in the real world's time will move. Eka, I see. Quite the sadist, aren't you, Theta? This is a new discovery. She moved. Exactly 10 seconds. I've proven my hypothesis. This vision is showing me 10 seconds into the future. Next, I want to test Theta's reactions. Your Highness, it's nothing. According to my theory, the only one who can change my visions, my future, is me. The me of 10 seconds in the future has my concentration broken from the sound of the shattering cup, and thus my Zetsu becomes undone. The prince's training, would you please not interrupt? If I hadn't undone my Zetsu, then how would Theta have reacted? If she's seeing my actions from the future have changed, let's just consider their intrusion as part of their training. After all, if you weren't even able to ignore them, if your Zetsu up, you wouldn't have kept it up long anyways. Now let's take it from the top one more time. Their dialogue should change to something complimenting me. And then we see it shatters. All my vision, my Zetsu is still continuing, but it's nothing. The prince's training. Would you please not interrupt? Just consider the part of your training. Coo. I think, yo, this man is sick in the head, bro. He's experimenting with his ability in the flesh. Like we are seeing Tedeschi's thought process as he's maturing into his ability. That's scary, man. After all, if you weren't even able to ignore them, I'll say it from the top more time. Theta's still seeing my vision self. She doesn't realize any of the features that I've changed. Very well, you can do whatever you want now. So that's what happened last chapter. That makes a lot more sense. Or I should say that chapter 4. That makes a lot more sense now. I can look ahead 10 seconds into the future. I'm getting serious now. Even if you writhe around on the floor foaming at the mouth, then if a single hair on my neck will flinch, don't worry. And I'm the only one that can take any action within those 10 seconds. Here we go, man. Yo, just look at this Nen beast, bro. Here we see black and white. We see the surveillance camera, the noise. She threw an aura ball at me. My Zetsu hasn't broken. Should I try opening my eyes and talking to her? Or should I stay in Zetsu, close my eyes again, and activate the instantaneous 10 seconds again? Let's see. The me that Theta is looking at has my eyes closed. This must mean the 10-second offset between us has been reset. And here we see once again that we see the darkness in the background. I love this panel of Tedeschi's eyes. Just like looking right into his eyes, yo. You know, over the shoulder shot with Theta. Theta, what do you think of me? Coo. This is so fun. Oh, fantastic. As long as I continue my Zetsu, it's possible to repeatedly activate the ability. I suppose I'll keep this up and see how far it goes. Wait a minute. As long as I continue my Zetsu, it's possible to repeatedly activate the ability. Wait, bro. Hold on, I'm trying to piece two and two together, bro. So you're telling me this man can look forward 10 seconds into the future, erase so he's the only one that knows the future, bro. And he can change it at his will. Erasing it, deleting it as he sees fit. Is this what I'm getting at here, bro? Hold on. Let me continue before I start making assumptions. We see both of them. Hang on. What are you planning on doing, Theta? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm terribly sorry for the sudden broadcast. Yo, she's coming in with a gun. But as a present for all of you in the high area decks 1 and 2, and we have a surprise concert hosted. No, bro, isn't this last chapter? When she shot? Yeah! This is! I was wondering, I was like, bro, I feel like I've seen this before. We will begin a flute performance by Miss Melody. We may have your attention. Seriously, Theta, why? Theta shoots, and then there we go, back in the present. So, not only does he see the vision, but she sees the vision as well. No way, dog. It took me a while to catch up on that, but we will begin with a flute performance of Miss Melody. If we may have your attention. I see Theta is still seeing me standing right there, which means Theta currently believes she shot me. What is this ability? It's so fun. Bro, this is crazy, man. Look at that. Right there in the grassy fields. That's the melody. What was that just now? That clearly wasn't my own ability, was it? Someone else with a completely different Nen ability did something to me. What is this world of Nen? It's way too damn fun. Your Highness, what was that gunshot just now? Theta, don't move. This is just part of my training. There's no problem. She's shocked. She's so shocked. Well, of course she'd be panicked. She can't even begin to comprehend what has happened. We should take my time in asking you real properly exactly why it is you tried to kill me. Want to take a little break, Theta? You've been over-focused this whole time, haven't you? Time flew by? Yes. And as soon as we heard the time. Wait a minute, bro. Wait, let me finish the chapter, Rick. Let me finish the chapter, bro, before I start this thing. As soon as we heard the gunshot, we started heading this way, and in that moment, beautiful scenery unfolded before our eyes. During that time, we were unable to move at all. The musical performance that was being broadcast was likely the cause of it. That was originally planned to be a broadcast of 8th Prince Sally's rap, right? Yes, the performer was a hunter by the name of Melody. Somewhere near here. Do it as an invitation. Oh my god. Bro, somebody save Melody, man. Somebody save Melody, coach. An invitation is different from a direct order. It's also as she turns it down. We'll start by seeing how she acts. Depending on whether she answers yes or no, we can learn about the situation. Oh my god, man. It's time, bro. The most important thing that needs confirming right now, even more than the situation, is my ability. When I close my eyes and activate Zetsu, a vision plays out. I can advance ahead in that 10-second world. Bro, this is insane, man. Continuing in that state after the instant 10 seconds while I'm having my vision of 10 seconds in the future, I can vicariously experience the actual real-time world of 10 seconds ago with my eyes closed. It's almost like a parallel world. Yo, that's big facts. I was able to confirm that I can use my ability repeatedly, but the problem is how much time it takes to activate Zetsu and the skill required to maintain Zetsu. So until I'm able to master those two things, I'm able to truly utilize his ability to its truest potential. Close eyes and activate Zetsu. Sees 10 seconds into the future in the real world. 0 seconds pass. Opening eyes. Bro, man, this is like a freaking JoJo ability. Like, I'm telling you, man. In my mind right now, bro, there are several different abilities from the JoJo franchise that are just running through my head, man. And I don't want to spoil anybody, bro. I'm holding it in. I have no idea how hard I'm holding it in right now, man. Good God, bro. This man, Togashi, has been reading, he's probably been watching JoJo, bro, ever since it came back. He's been a part of the hype, too. But this man, Tedashnish, I already thought he was OP. I already thought he was hacks. And then Yoshihiro Togashi gives him an ability of a JoJo villain. Like, I can advance ahead in the 10 seconds. While at the same time, it's not, he's just chilling. He's like, he's a mindless zombie. This man can walk. He can move. He can see forward 10 seconds in the future, knowing what's going on. He can move out of said scenario. They think that what they just did is what actually happened. A parallel world. I'm all for Togashi's takes on things that happen in other series. But this is taking it out of context. This is taking it out of proportion, man. This fan is taking a JoJo ability and going in that direction, man. My God, I always say JoJo techniques are always some of the most OP stuff you'll ever see, especially whenever it has to do with time. And this. Yo, man, you know what, man? I'm not gonna say anything more, bro. I'm not gonna say anything more. I refuse to spoil people on my beloved JoJo, bro. I ain't doing it. Togashi will not make me do it, coach. But if I can only manage to control my Zetsu freely, then I will dominate this succession war. I believe it, man. I truly do. I truly do believe it, bro. Can you imagine? He actually? I mean, I'm pretty sure he is. This just upped the ante of the entire succession war, bro. Because we could see a panel one of these days. Way later on. Well, let me, because I think it's the final page of the chapter. Yeah, I see the hard thing, right? Measures how much time passes from when I close my eyes till I open them. Once 1 second has passed, let's have a context. Yo! Bro, the final page of the final panel. The final panel of the chapter states, I gotta do it, man. Yo, this man Tedesnitch just even though it's more like it seems like you know what I'm saying, man. It kind of seems like a little crimson, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little king. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, man. It seems a little red. It seems a little crimson. You know what I'm saying, man? It's more than the world, man. It kind of feels a little crimson, bro. Like, I can only manage to control. Yo, this is mad. I mean, I'm on board. You guys already know I'm on board. Well, is this the final page? Yeah. Nothing more after that. Come on, go back. But that's madness, man. The way that Togashi managed to do this chapter was genius. When we start off the chapter, I don't know why it took me so long to realize that this is what happened whenever Theta shot him, and this is what was going through Tedeschi's mind throughout the entire scenario. But the fact that he decided to dedicate the entire chapter to that, showing it from his perspective and showing how he was able to do that, to me is just sheer brilliance. I love that. See, this type of stuff right here is why I love Togashi, bro. It really is. You got to see everything through this man's... Bro, this man is gonna... Yo, this dude right here, Tedesnich, man, by the time it's all said and done, bro, he might be up there. But anyway, going back into what I was saying earlier about a possibility later on. Can you imagine a scenario later down the line with, I don't care who it is that's facing Tedesnich, but we end up, I mean, Togashi does it in such a way where we actually think Tedesnich is gone. And then in the following chapter, in the final pages of the chapter, he'll say, I got you. That was just the vision. I mean, just waxes him on sight. Waxes him. Bro, not only is this man a genius, when it comes to Nen, not only is this man have two, and maybe even a third, but two. What appears to be two insanely hacked Nen beasts. This man's like Toriko, bro. This man has the red, the blue, he might even have the white. And that scares me. Because We know how strong red was. We know how strong blue was. But nothing in that series compared to the third Oni, bro. Don't even get started on Toriko, man. Don't even get me started on the whoa, Toriko, oh, whoa. I mean, yo, like, Toriko was GOAT. And we know how much he was inspired by Hunter x Hunter. But I didn't know it was vice versa too, bro. This man, Tennis might have a third one inside. I now seriously fear for anyone on this boat that is not a top tier in this verse. Because what I love so much about this, about why Togashi decided to do it like this, Togashi in Hunter x Hunter specifically, it feels like he really likes giving OP abilities to individuals who are just starting off. You know, he gave it to Meruem. Was coming straight out of the womb. I mean, it's incredible how Meruem straight out of the womb had the intelligence of someone who had been living on the planet for like 50 years. I mean, he had the intelligence, the wisdom, but he still had the human emotion that brought down his eventual downfall. But that were his faults. But I love how he does that. I love how he decides to give these OP abilities to individuals who are fresh into this world. And Tadashnich is fresh to the Nen world. He's fresh to just starting to learn about all these concepts. And it's crazy to me. This entire thing with Tadashnich is just madness to me. Because it feels like Togashi just keeps feeding him with all this stuff. And he tells us, oh yeah, he's just starting to learn all this. He's just starting to learn all this, man. Yo. Like, what does he have planned for this, for Tadashnich? What is the end game with Tadashnich? You know, because he most certainly is the guy he's putting the most focus on since the very beginning of this entire situation. I mean, he's most certainly the. I mean, honestly, in this arc, there is no main antagonist so far. I mean, I'm guessing Tadashnich could be considered one, but at this point in time, it hasn't presented itself. He hasn't been against Kurapika in any sort of way. I mean, of course, he's had the Kurta eyes behind him, but that hasn't come to fruition yet. So with the Secession War going down, it's a whole bunch of it's tough, and that's why I like this arc so much, because there's no clearly defined antagonist going on. As much as we continue to see stuff going down from Tadashnich, I mean, it's not like Halkenberg is going to let us go through and do anything we want. It's not like Benjamin is going to come in here and let us do anything we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's collective. But he's focused so much here on Tadashnich, man, and the fact that, just look at this final panel. This man says, but if I can only manage to control my Zetsu freely, then I will dominate the Secession War and the world, bro. So I want it, though. Yo, man, this is just another testament to why this current run of Hunter x Hunter chapters might be my favorite since he started this Dark Continent arc, man. Seriously, I mean, he has been going through some really, really nice. Not only is his storytelling techniques really, really cool in this arc in the way that he's decided to tell his story, but certain ways that he's doing the panel structure, the way that he's doing certain panels is a very, very interesting and a really cool way of utilizing, because we know that Togashi doesn't have the greatest art in the world, but whenever he does panels in a certain way, it just has that much more impact than if he did it just in a regular panel with really well-drawn art. Instead, he takes those techniques that he has learned throughout all these years and is utilizing them perfectly here. And this is a perfect example of it with this chapter, man. I love how he portrayed him seeing himself, Tadashnich seeing himself through that of like a surveillance camera. You know what I'm saying? Looking at it through the Nen Beast perspective behind him. Seeing it right there 10 seconds into the future as an Nen Beast would. But also seeing it, like I said, in the way that a surveillance camera would see it. The way that he's continued to have to utilize, as he has the entire series, but specifically whenever he has those situations whenever it's Theta and him and with the white backgrounds behind them. And just look right here at this final panel, man. It's all darkness behind them, and it looks like the stars. It looks like space. And you see one panel of him looking down at his hands, and you see a panel of him looking down at his hand, and then it just simply says "end the world" with a big shining ball of light. I mean, Togashi's been on his A game in this batch of chapters, man. This is so cool, bro. And then this page right here, this page number 19. I mean, just look at the way that it's just standing. This man's just standing like a JoJo character. Look at him. I didn't even notice that until now. Look at this, bro. I mean, he has 1 foot out, man. He has the Iraqi hands coming down, bro. He's like, yeah. I mean, he just looks like a JoJo character, bro. God, man. That's crazy. That's madness, man. Flipping Flagnardles, man. This man is haxed. All right, man. Let's look at the comments, bro. Let's look at the comments, man. Jeez. Yo, I just saw Ali's comment, man. Yo. Oh, snap. Yeah, Kurapika is definitely gonna need a Requiem arrow, that's for sure. That's for sure. See, you were catching my drift. Yeah. Oh man. Yo, what's going on, Migs, bro? What's good? Aragi says, yeah, that's what I said. That's the best kind of chapter we could ask. Yeah, exactly, man. Dude, legit. Because with this chapter, all questions from... Because we all really love that chapter, man. I mean, Togashi must have known that his readers would enjoy that particular... That chapter had me losing my mind, man. I mean, y'all remember, bro. We were losing our minds collectively here in the post discussion that we usually have after the reaction. And like Togashi must have known, man, and he just masterfully just said, you know what? Instead of me just explaining the ability in long forms of text, let me show this through his perspective, and it works because he's just starting to now learn how to use Nen, so it works. It works as a great storytelling ability as well, man. I love it. I love it, man. Yo, my boy Northside is in the comments, bro. You already know, man. The third. Yeah, it's Ebs and Zara saying I'm telling you, man. Toriko, bro. If this man Tedesnich has a third inside him, it's over. It's over, coach. It is over. The Shonen series for the MC didn't even need to use his final form for the final battle. That's Toriko for you. That is Toriko for you. Yeah, exactly. He's having fun with it. He's having fun. This is only a Zetsu, like you said. That's it. That's it. Yo, just seeing this man continue to learn Nen as time goes on, it's going to be a scary thing, bro. It's going to be a really, really scary thing. Love that JoJo pose on page 19. Yeah, I just saw that, dog. Just look at him. Sending a Yu Yu Hakusho outfit posing like a JoJo character, man. It's like Togashi just knows. He just knows. Let me see. Stopping by to say I hope you're doing well in writing. Cheers, brother. Yo, straight out Alderon, man. Yeah, that's why I've been pretty inconsistent here for the past couple of weeks. But yeah, man, it's always a good time. But thank you very much, straight out Alderon, bro. I really do appreciate you stopping by and your concerns for me, bro. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, exactly, Tevs, bro. This man is the king and the third, bro. The third. Yeah, man. I want to see the third. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That's gonna be crazy. Let me see. Check JoJo Manga Channel Discord. Scroll up a bit. Okay. Let me see. Let me check real quick. I forgot that we had this in Discord. Where yo Oh snap, bro! Oh, I'm saving this, bro. I'm saving this. Yo, Zara, you're a G. You're a G for posting this, yo. You're a G for posting this. I'm saving this hard. Dog, that is one of the most perfect pictures I've ever seen. And you took a render file from the video game. That is GOAT. That is absolutely GOAT. Yo, that's freaking bees, man. Listen, man, if that part had already been animated, that would be the thumbnail. That would be the thumbnail. No question. No question. That would be the thumbnail if that part was animated. No question. Let me see. Nicholas says once he gets to developing his Hatsu, it'll get real spooky for everyone. No question. God, can you imagine whenever he starts learning all of them? Like every single possible thing that there is to learn about this entire concept of Nen. And I think that he, as the succession war goes on, that is what it's going to turn into, because you can tell that he is willing to learn. It's one thing whenever you're OP and you think you're the best, but this man Tadashnesh legit is on a mission. He's on a mission to win the succession war and take over the world, but he realizes that he needs to learn these things before that can happen. That's scary, because you can take one's weakness as being they're too cocky, they're too overconfident, they think that they know everything. Tadashnesh, that's not there for him. I mean, of course he has to have some other weakness, but in that one in particular, he's willing to learn and he's willing to get better. All for the betterment of his cause, man. And that's madness. Yo, Emperor Time, what's good? He says, seems like the only way to beat him is poison. Makes me think of two Bebas and then Beast. They can synthesize all different kinds of chemicals, if I remember correctly. I think that is factual. Oh, yo. That's fascinating. With poison. That's an interesting comment, Emperor Time. Harris says, I'm calling it best original anime of 2019 is Carol and Tuesday. I remember, I think you told me, about that. About that, that show coming out. It's by Watanabe, so I can already expect greatness coming out of that. What is this? Boy, Aragi just sent me this. Family Guy in chat sent this good parallel to look at. Yo, from the legendary chapter 306. Is it 306? I can't get my facts wrong, bro. Let me see. Hunter x Hunter chapter 300 and 5. 305. No? Yeah, 305. I was close. Yeah, the parallels to this panel right here. See, this is just another. So gosh, it's just listen, man. You don't have to have GOAT art when you just know how to utilize your penmanship, man. When you know how to make stuff hype, bro. I mean, for the love of God, just look at the way the hair goes up with going right here, man. You just see him looks down at his heads. It's fantastic. It's fantastic stuff, bro. Oh! Great parallel right there for sure. That makes me want to get a discussion between Tadashnesh and Gon going, but good Lord knows if that'll ever happen, you know. But thank you for sending that parallel. That is very, very interesting. That whenever Gon says, "I need all the power I'll ever have," and Tadashnesh says, "Once I control Zatsu at will, I will dominate the battle for succession." Just talking about power. That's fascinating. Daigo says, I think him using Zetsu is a condition for using this parallel world ability. Okay. That's actually, yeah. Isn't that a shoot? Right? I think that's a shoot. Did they? No, let me go back to this page. Yeah, you're right here. Close eyes and activate Zetsu. And then once that happens, vision, see 10 seconds into the future in the world 0 second pass. Close eyes and activate Zetsu. Reactivate the ability flow chart on the right. Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Understood. Understood. Good point. Good point. What's going to be his next ability? Stretch his body like Monkey D? If he starts stretching his body like Monkey D, man, you might as well just make him the main character of the series. I mean, he ain't beating Jing, but, you know, make him the main character. Might as well. Might as well. I mean, like I said, bro, he ain't smoking Jing. You don't want no smoke from Jing. Every other character in the series, we could see. But he ain't messing with the GOAT. Yo, this man Monkey D. Monkey D! Luffy, this is a Divine Thunder, man. That has to be one of my favorite attack names I've ever heard, bro. That's up there, man. And One Piece has some godly attack names, but Divine Thunder. And I saw what Manga Stream had. It was like a combination of Kirin from Sasuke and then Neji's 8 trigrams. It was like 8 trigrams Thunderclap, I think it was. And then the Viz had Thunder Bagua. I ain't gonna lie, Thunder Bagua sounds pretty beast. It sounds like a video game ability, like you would use to like you know, like in Persona or like in Final Fantasy or a JRPG. Thunder Bagua, and you have like electricity like hitting everybody. That's what that sounds like. But Divine Thunder just sounds so godly, man. But anyways, yeah, what's good, Snaps, man? What's good, Snaps? Let me see. Yo Natsu, what's good? Yeah, Sir is definitely broken. You know, Tedishnich to greatness. Tedishnich greatness. Will you do a live reaction for 924? Oh, no question. Now, at this point, every chapter is getting live reacted to One Piece. As long as I'm still doing YouTube. As long as I'm still doing YouTube, man. As long as I'm still doing YouTube, I will be doing reactions to One Piece if I can. Let me see. Jimmy says, it's not the first panel of the new volume. At the colored page of chapter 371, there is Kurapika with eyes that gaze into the future wrote next to him. Oh, foreshadowing the Kurapika stealing the ability with the weird dolphin. That's fascinating. That's interesting. Just coming straight off of the previous batch of chapters, where Togashi was introducing all of the Nen Beast's abilities, while also having the Kurapika's abilities going more in depth with the Emperor Time and going more in depth with the Dolphin as well. That's fascinating. I like it. I mean, I can definitely see it. Narratively, do you think Tedder should die before leaving the ship, Recon? See, that's what the heck is that? See, I was asking myself that earlier, because I was like, yo, if this guy leaves the boat, let's just say he wins the Secession War, and he makes it to the Dark Continent. This guy leaves the boat, not only, you know, not only would I wonder, I mean, of course, he'd be the king of Kaiken, but does this sicko, can you really see the sicko being a king? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would Togashi have in store for Tedishnich after the Secession War? That would be my question. If he does not die during this arc, then what would Togashi have his role be for later on down the line? I don't know what that would be. So just with saying that in mind, because I don't know what that would be, I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. But we'll see. 3 chapters left. Hoping to see more troop before the break. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. I think we will. But if we don't, I definitely expect the next time he comes back to be pretty troop filled. Man, that is true, bro. This is chapter 387. That means he's about to go on break soon again, man. Flipping black. I've been enjoying this run of chapters so much. It's gonna suck whenever he's gone. I think this foresight ability has something to do with that second Nen Beast. You think so? It seemed like, you might be right, because it seemed like that ability started coming into fruition once we were introduced to that beast. Like once she saw that beast, that's whenever all this started taking place. That makes sense. That makes sense. Let me see. Him being a villain is going to be crazy. He can solo all of our main characters at this point. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. But I think it's great for an arc like this because with the amount of players that we have on this boat, it wouldn't just have to be our main characters going up against Tedesnitch. Like it could be a lot of individuals. I mean, we know that we know that we know who's on this boat, man. We know the tiers. We know how many goats are on this thing. I mean, not only does he have to parry off his brothers and sisters, but you got the troop. We have the Zodiacs eventually. Whatever, if he manages to make it off this boat, go over there because Mrs. Thumb is there and whatnot. But let's just say if he ever manages to run across Jing or Paris or whatever, I think we'll be okay because as hacks as these abilities may be, there are a lot of other individuals with hacks abilities as well. And I think that's why Togashi is introducing so many OP abilities at the same time. So that way there's not just this one dude that is massively hacked with no one else that can stop him. There's a lot of people with OP abilities. It's like, that's the great thing about weapon balancing. And or overpowered weapon balancing, as I call it. Because weapon balancing sucks if it's done wrong. OP weapon balancing, where you just make every gun as powerful as they can be and just take and that's just the way that it is. That makes it fun. That's like Modern Warfare 2. That's like Black Ops 4 right now. That's how I get mad hit markers anyway, but just throw in a whole bunch of OP abilities at one time, have them go at it. You know what I'm saying? Just have them go at it. Let me see. Okay, Thomas coming back in December, right? Yes. Yes. No question. And I'm hyped for that. I just, like I was saying last time, I just don't know if, even if the chapter does come out in December, I don't know if we'll get it in January, because I don't know how long the chapter is going to be. I'm assuming the chapter is going to be like 30 to 40 pages, because I'm assuming it's going to be the same length as D. Greyman, but sometimes D. Greyman has some pretty short chapters. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm hoping for longer chapters. Sir will be fodder for Brian if he goes to DC. I think almost anybody will be fodder for Brian. I mean, Brian, man, Brian, he'd be a platinum trophy in himself. If anybody managed to take out Brian, they immediately get a plat for any game of your choosing, man. Brian, God, you can imagine that being like the hardest. Not even just hard. I just wouldn't want to be in the same vicinity as Brian. There's certain things that whenever you just look at them, it just leaves you with a lot of unease. Junji Ito makes me feel like that sometimes, but Brian is one of those things. Like sometimes I just look back at the chapter and I'm like, man, what was this man Togashi on, bro? While like drawing this individual, Brian. That's freaking crazy, dog. Interesting. That is very fascinating. So beyond Salas is saying, are there any other Hatsu that activate with Zetsu? Seems like not a plot hole, but like something that shouldn't be possible. Cut off the flow of Nen to use an ability. That Pito's Dr. Blythe forces her into a Zetsu-like state. And then Emperor Time says, yeah, Pito's Dr. Blythe, I feel like it has something to do with being a specialist. That might actually be factual. I just wish Togashi would have gone more in depth with well, not really, because with what he's already talked about with Nen, like the extents of all of them are unknown. mean, for God's sake, we saw what Gon did, and I think that is a perfect example of almost anything can be done with Nen. But about forcing it, forcing the forcing someone into either Hatsu or Zetsu. I think it can work with, especially with Tedesnich. Tedesnich has 2 different Nen abilities along with his own, so that should technically be 3 different entities, right? All channeling through the same body. Himself and then his 2 Nen beasts. So that in and of itself should allow you to force one of them into activation. Or maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Aragi says, well, he is a specialist. That is a big shoot. Akimbo models and Model for 2 pre-nerf. Those things were snipers, man. 2 snipers. Let me see. Interesting. That couldn't Jellicock responds, says the session war could end up with someone random winning because the top tier take each other out, like with Yusuke, Yomi, and Bakuro. That is definitely a possibility. Where all of them manage to take each other out, along with the King of Kaigen. And then that don't make this entirely mean, because it would just be a massacre at that point, where all of them died. But we know that I always look back to that coffin scene with that that the King of Kaigen has, where it looks like there's energy being transferred into whatever the case may be that he's planning, sacrificing all these individuals for something greater. But that is not only is it just a possibility, it's a massive possibility that Togashi may just kill all these guys off by the end of the arc. And by the end of the arc, I mean by the time they get off this boat. So yeah, definitely. Peichu go Zetsu while the R is in Dr. Blythe. Maybe is the same with the prince. He think to go in Zetsu, but why he acted his ability? I don't know. Yo, my boy Ryzen, man. Rodney. Far chapter, I can see a 3-way clash between Terror Sandwich, Big Ben, and Hulkenberg. I can definitely see that too. And that'll be an intense couple of chapters for sure. Now, do you see that happening soon? Like, as in, like, this batch of chapters or next batch of chapters? Yo, what's going on, Neto, bro? What's good? Am I supposed to stream? What's up, Rico? How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just working on self-discipline here for the month of November with Nano and whatnot. So it's discipline, man. Plus, it's not November, so. My question is, how in the world is this man Togashi coming up with these crazy ideas? Like, bro, is this man on a different level? I think that every day. Man. Like, when it comes to a lot of these mangaka, man, like when it comes to Togashi, when it comes to Oda, when it comes to Araki, man, like sometimes, because when it comes to these series that deal with fantasy and how they're able to come up with all this stuff, man, is mind-boggling to me, bro. I love it. I love it. It makes me respect them even more than I already do whenever a chapter like this comes out. Because not only does Togashi put the time and effort into thinking up his story, thinking into his characters, thinking of character interactions, thinking about all this stuff at once, he's also taking into importance how we view it as a comic, and putting in how he's going to structure this panel, how he's going to do this panel, how he's going to tell this right here, and he's fantastic. This man, but when it comes to this particular chapter, though, this man Togashi definitely took that from JoJo. I'm not taking that as an if or a but or a no, bro. That was my boy Togashi said. He was watching or reading some JoJo one day, and he was like, "I got it." Let me see. The POV in his visions is very high and behind fake. Saying then the enemies could remain even if the user is Zetsu, the reserve of Nan. That's why I think new power is indeed the work. Yeah, Yep. I'm 100% on there with you, Denny Torti. I remember Family Guy was talking about that earlier. How it could possibly be the his second Nan Beast that is doing this, and that would make a lot of sense considering that all of this started happening once Data started seeing that second Nan Beast. So I can see that. I can see that for sure. So I don't know what Woble's Nan Beast does. That's facts, right? That's a big fact. That is a big fact. Like the one that our main character is guarding, we have no idea what it does. Do you think Togashi will reveal Hisoka before the hiatus? I don't. I don't think so. Jason Soft Straight Hockey better than Katakuri now. Yo, man, that might be a fact. That might be a fact. It's just that how do I put it? Katakuri is definitely more better at utilizing it for sure. But I think with time, Tetris's ability could easily be on that level, even further beyond. It's probably going to be in the 400s. I think so. Probably wrap up next run. Will probably wrap up the Kurapika stuff. You think so? I could see that for like 391 to 400. No man, yeah, dude. The next batch of chapters, the chapters after that is gonna be madness. I think Togashi's gonna be going in that in the next part of this series. Where do you think we will leave the story at when the run of chapters comes to an end? That's an interesting question, Badger. I think that this particular run of chapters is going to end I think there's going to be a confrontation. I think there is going to be. I think next chapter we see. I think within the next two chapters, we're going to get Melody and Tetrisnitch. Following that, the final chapter of this, before we go on break, is going to be half the chapter dedicated to the end of the conversation between Melody and Tetrisnitch. And then the final portion of the chapter is going to be dedicated to Kurapika and something. But I'm trying to think of what. Because Togashi has to. I mean, he doesn't have to do it because he almost never does it. He usually wraps up his storyline for run of chapters whenever he comes back. The first chapter when he comes back wraps up storyline from last batch of chapters, and then from then on out, it is a completely different type of pace and vibe. He's done that for every single one of the times that he's come back from hiatus in this run of chapters. But I definitely expect a confrontation. I don't know if I expect the meeting between Tetrisnitch and Kurapika this early, but I definitely see a confrontation happening between either one of the princes or something, just something that is going to make us realize that it's about to pop off soon. More than we already believe that. I just don't see us leaving the Tetrisnitch stuff yet. And I don't see us really diving into the Kurapika stuff like Rodney was saying earlier yet. But I feel like we're going to be reaching into that. So where the story is going to be, I think right after the conversation with or whatever's going to happen with Tetrisnitch and Melody. And then we're going to start off something with Kurapika going on, regardless of whether it's with his ability or some new information he has gathered, or maybe he himself speaks to Melody. But I think that whole thing with Kurapika, Melody, and Tetrisnitch, that triangle right there is going to be what ends this batch of chapters. That's my take on that. Let me see. Yo, my boy Zypher, bro. He says, "You think? What is that?" He says, "You think Togashi's about to dip soon?" I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I definitely expect him to leave soon. But I think just like this run of chapters, I think he'll be back sooner than we expect. I'm gonna say that he returns summer of next year. I'm gonna go ahead and say that he returns anywhere May, June, July, somewhere on there. I think that's a safe assumption, just based off of the pattern that he's been going on. Thank you very much, Barbara the Bandit. It's a strong greetings, friend. I'm from Brazil. Shout out to you, man. Thank you very much, I really do appreciate that. Strong greetings over here from where we're at as well. To be honest, this arc could go to 440, 450. Oh yeah, I agree. This arc could easily go into, like you said, the 430s, 440s, 450s. Just based off of that one comment that Togashi had, like, strap in, this is gonna be a long ride, baby. It's gonna be a long ride. Let me see. So you think that the editor was crying because of a Melody death chapter? Good Lord. Izara, we gotta relax. I mean, I'm not gonna say expect it, but it's something that we've talked about before, of course. But at the same time, man, I just feel like that one Kacho and Fugetsu chapter is what he was crying about. But at the same time, if that were to be the case, good Lord. Good Lord for my soul, man, because I actually like Melody. Man. Prozypher says, I hate that we know Togashi's gonna dip. I wish he could be more consistent. Yeah, I wish he could be more consistent too, but the way I look at it is, I guess maybe it's because I've been doing this for so long, but when Togashi comes back from hiatus, I always treat it as a special thing. Like, yeah, Togashi's back, and for the next 2 months, we'll have greatness, and then he'll leave. It's like I look at Hunter Honor coming back whenever it comes back, like an E3, like a WrestleMania, like a Super Bowl weekend, like a BCS National Championship weekend, like an NBA Finals weekend, like a special event, man. Whenever you know that what you're about to witness is going to be fun, going to span a bit amount of time with the type, and that's just the way I look at Hunter Hunter now. I look at Hunter Hunter as an event that happens once a year. Well, this year twice, but normally once a year that he delivers a couple of chapters, but those chapters are usually very high quality. So it's okay for me. Like whenever Togashi leaves, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna miss it, but I know that I'll have something to look forward to whenever he does eventually come back. I know I'm sick and mad for saying this, man, but I hope he leaves this batch of chapters on a cliffhanger. I do. I'm not gonna lie, man. I do. I wanted to end the batch of chapters on a cliffhanger so that we don't stop talking about Hunter until it comes back. Do you not think we will get any more troop stuff than before the end? No. Not this batch of chapters. I think we are done with the Phantom Troops, at least the main Phantom Troop stuff. We could see Corolla, we could see Kurapika, we could get some cameos and how do I put it? Get some cameos and see where they are on the ship, and maybe some little small things. But main troop stuff, I don't think we'll be getting into that until next batch, maybe even the batch after. No, I'd say next batch. Next batch is a good point. It's a good time to have it coming back. I just need a canon Phantom Troop origin story light novel, then I can die happy. Yo, that'd be godly. That'd be godly. But then it'd never get properly translated. That is true. That is very, very true. Yo, that would be phenomenal. I've always looked at me and Northside and Speak back in the day. Always talked about this potential Meteor City arc where we could delve into the Phantom Troop's past, talk more about Gyro and whatnot. But if that never comes into fruition, we'll never get that Phantom Troop based arc on where they came from and whatnot and their origins. I would love an entire origin story on that. Organizations are my favorite things about anything. Whenever a really awesome organization like that comes into play, I always want to know more about them. But that's why Yorkinu is such a great arc to me, because of how much they carry that arc. The Phantom Troop carries that arc, and they do so many things that we consider to be bad, and we love them so much for it. So such cool characters. But if we ever did get a light novel or like a canon novel or a canon whatever for the Phantom Troop and the Origin, I'd be 130% on that, man. 100, even if it's written by somebody else, I'd be 100% on that, because I've always wanted to see something. I've always, to be honest with you, if Togashi would give me the keys to the kingdom, I'd write something like that. I would write an origin story for the Phantom Troop. I love that type of stuff, man. I'm telling you, I love that type of stuff, dog. Also, not really a theory, but my wish would be that Chrollo actually succeeded someone in the troop and wasn't the founder. Interesting. So you think that somebody else was originally the founder, and that's why his ideals for that the head may die stems from that, like that he, because he took over that role, he realizes that the troop can't always carry on even without the leader. Is that what you're alluding to? Because that would be interesting. That would be interesting. It would be a completely different take on the leader of an organization. Because usually in leaders of organizations that we know, they were the ones that founded it, and they were the ones that they had this goal they wanted to set out and go and do that. But if he succeeded that position, then us finding that out in this arc would be massive. This arc, we call this Succession War. He would understand what it would mean to be able to go into a position like that. I mean, I'm not saying the leader of the troop has the same power as a king, but it's relatable at the very least. So, like, you have these dudes who are all fighting each other for this one particular role as this leader. And even though Chrollo probably didn't, going off of what you're saying might be true, even though he probably didn't fight Franklin or fight Machiron, they just elected him. So after the other one died, or maybe he killed the original founder and was like, "Hey, man, I'll take it from here. I'll take it from here." That's why I'm so interested in the origin story, man, because you just want to know why it is they have so much respect for this man, Chrollo, bro. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. I only see him every once in a while. I didn't trust him with a whole bunch of stuff, but that'll be interesting. Yo, this man Eto says Gyro is the original leader of the troop. Relax. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. But I can't even deny something like that, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that would be cool. Recon. Sadly, he is the founder, as we know, unless it was a lie. You know, him. How do I put it? Him being the founder, or him succeeding whoever it is that founded it. My favorite thing about Chrollo is why he takes that position as seriously as he does, and like that's why I want the origin story so bad, regardless of whether he was the person who founded it or regardless of whether he was the person who took it over. The fact that he cares so much about the concept of the spider and why it needs to live on no matter the cost. That's what I want to know. I want to know the determination that goes behind that. You know what I'm saying? Flashback after the troop slaughtering the Kurta. I'd be 100,000,000% behind that. I'd mark out that whole chapter, even though knowing Togashi probably make me tear up throughout that whole chapter. But I'd be marking out because it's the troop. That's another thing I really want to know. I want to know why it is that they annihilated the Kurta in the way that they did. Yeah, that was a great comment by Eto. Gyro is the original leader, yo. Gyro. Theory Melody won't die. Celestia will ask her to team up. She will pause the other princes with her music while he uses his ability to future self to sneak up and kill the other prince. Yo, those two working together. Now that's out of this world. That's out of this world because her putting the other princes in this parallel world, in this other world, and then Tennis's coming in doing the exact same thing, except it's a world that they think is happening, but it's not actually happening. It's that'd be crazy. Those two working together. Dang, that's the ultimate tag team. That is the ultimate tag team. That is the ultimate tag team. Why would Melody accept to work with them? Well, how do I put it? Let's just say that they had the conversation. She accepts the invitation and she comes in to talk to him. Let's just say that she or he offers her something around the lines of a see, it's tough with Melody because we know how she is, how honest she is, and how good-hearted she is. But if this man Tedeschi were to somehow utilize certain words, to use a promo to get himself in and out of that situation with Melody. The thing is that Melody can read his heart anyway. So she wouldn't be able to lie to him. She'd be able to read his heart. The only way that they would work together is if they had a common goal. Now, what could a common goal between Tedeschi and Melody be? What is a common goal that both of them can each go out and achieve and go out and achieve? I don't know. He's going to make her an offer she can't refuse. But what do you think that offer would be? That's the thing. That is a good point. Family Guy says, I guess Dakota stole something from them. We'll accept anything to leave, but they'll never take anything away from us. Yeah. I can most certainly see that. Then that thing, it must have been a life, right? Or something as meaningful as that. Because we know how they are when somebody kills one of the troop members. Or when somebody goes in there. I mean, it's just like, bro, they had a requiem. And had a all-out massacre for just one of their troop members dying, bro. And this is what the Kurta clan was. It was a Kurta clan massacre. Yeah, I've been watching the dub. I've been watching the dub. It's been greatness. I need to watch this last episode. It just came out because I wasn't able to watch it live, but I am watching the dub. But yeah, guys, I gotta get going. I was also talking about Hunter x Hunter with y'all, man. It's been a good while since I've been able to talk about Hunter x Hunter. I apologize once again for having this out so late. November is really hard for me to get videos out, but I don't want to stop doing Hunter x Hunter or One Piece at this point in time. I'm just enjoying both of them a lot, and I don't want Hunter x Hunter to leave and then me be on hiatus. I don't want that to be the case, man. That happened the past 2 times. It's been on hiatus, and I didn't want it to happen again because I've been missing Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, man, I'm glad everybody was able to stop by. Even though it's a different time than normal. Normally, usually it's around like 10 or 11 my time. So I'm glad I was able to do this at a time where some of y'all that usually come in here, like Emperor Time, Ali, Seneto, Family Guy, Zara, or Ragi, like y'all who are normally in the night streams. I was really happy to see a lot of y'all here, like Horace, Badger. I know a lot of y'all are that's always interesting to see. Certain time zone differences, because I think Araragi told me one time that whenever I usually do Hunter x Hunter, it's like 6 a.m. where he lives, and I'm like, by God, yo. So I want to thank every single one of y'all for what y'all do to watch these videos, man, because that's flipping crazy. That's crazy. God bless y'all, man. Y'all the true goats. Emperor Time says 1:20 a.m. I could finally go to sleep. I appreciate it, man. Look at that. Zara says 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Yo. Badger says 20 past midnight. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. That's usually whenever I stream. That's usually when I stream. It's 20 past midnight. 5:40 a.m. Dude, that's crazy, man. Shout out to y'all, dog. Your 11 at night is my 5 in the morning. Yeah, so a lot of y'all are in that same area, like 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 7:21 over here. Yeah, same here, Beyond Solace. 7:21 where I live. 7:21. Yeah. But yeah, I hope all of you have a blessed night, man. Next time I see y'all will either be for Kingdom or for One Piece. I still want to talk about One Piece, and if I have time tonight, I do want to talk about One Piece. I'm probably not going to do it live because I don't want to get spoiled, and I don't want any of my subscribers to get spoiled because I don't want to do a live stream and then the spoilers drop and then some random jackass in the comments decides to post something. I don't want to spoil my other people, so I'll probably end up, if I do a One Piece video before the next chapter drops, it's going to be a pre-recorded one that I'll release. But aside from that, man, I hope all of you have a blessed night. Thank you very much, yo. It's been a lot of fun. Yo, hey, Eto recognizes it. Yo, listen. I love this shirt. And you want to know why I love this shirt? Because I've always liked Naruto and Minato's outfit, man. Minato has one of my dude. When Minato puts on the Hokage cloak, ooh, my boy always looking beast. Always looking beast, yo. So I really like this shirt because then, of course, it has Sasuke on it. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much. Yo, yes, and I see Straw Gamer and Zara saying the Kingdom greatness, dude. I really want to do it. So yeah, like I said, it's either gonna be One Piece or Kingdom, and then of course I'll be here on Friday for One Piece, and then now when it comes to the next Hunter x Hunter chapter, I don't know if I will do that Friday or Saturday because I work Friday and Saturday night. So if I get out early enough, I'll probably do this on Friday or Saturday again. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I hope you have an awesome day, man. Hunter x Hunter greatness. Shout out to Tedesnish for being hacked. And I hope everybody has a blessed night, man. This man has an ability. This man has the Final Destination ability, bro. Like, what more needs to be said, man? He has the Final Destination ability combined with a JoJo crossover. This dude is hacked. Flipping Tedesnish, man. Hanta Toyobu.